Okay, hello everyone. I'm happy to see you at our webinar dedicated for our one of the newest products, Plug5 device. So glad to see here our existing clients and potential ones, colleagues, and even some competitors. So let me introduce myself. My name is Edgar. I'm a head of business development at Rella. And today our presenters will be Davidas, the product manager, and Simona, sales manager for Europe. Both have many years of experience in telematics field, so I'm sure you will like their content. Spoiler alert. So during today's webinar, you also get familiar with our brand new developed GPS tracker, which will be announced for the first time today. So stay tuned and let's roll. Ruptela. Most of you are familiar with our brand, with our history, but for those who's not, so Ruptela was founded 2007 by a team of three. Initially, we started as a software company, but also we took a challenge developing a special GPS tracker for a specific project of construction machinery. Later on, we became a global company with clients in over than 100 countries around the globe. We established our own manufacturing site and started to manufacturing hardware, GPS trackers. Later on, we launched a new version of our Trust Track. It was named Trust Track 2. It was already with modern look, with a bunch of advanced features and functionalities. So about the devices, we also launched a few models with really advanced features and using our know-how and experience. By 2022, we counted 2 million of devices which we manufactured. And just a half year ago, in 2023, Ruptela took a decision and established the Ruptela Group by splitting the businesses. So now it is Ruptela Hardware, which we represent now today, and company Linko, which is software company oriented for end user business, mainly in Europe. So why Ruptela? Talking about strategy. So we aiming to provide advanced premium telematics and exceptional vehicle data. Our automotive team works really hard by doing reverse engineering from newest vehicles, partnering with OEMs, partnering with vehicle dealers, and working closely with our clients. No matter that we use really expensive and high quality electronic components in our hardware devices, I won't lie by telling that we provide to our clients really competitive prices and in some points even really aggressive, what makes them competitive in telematics field. And partnership. So those who work with us, with Ruptela, already for a while, will confirm that Ruptela is client-oriented company. Our 24/5 technical support, our individual attention from field application engineers helps our clients to be even more successful and grow with them and with us together. From sales perspective, I can assure that we're the company which never had any intentions to sell you something which you don't need or to go behind your back in the project and participate without you, which you bring to us. No, we are oriented to growing together and establish long-term partnership. It is today, and we're looking forward to keep doing it in the future. So now I'd like to give stage to Davidas, who will present Plug5 device.
Hello everyone again, and thank you Edgar for this great introduction. Nice to see all the people here, all the clients, colleagues. Hello everyone. So yeah, let's talk about this Plug5. I guess most of you already heard some communication was done about this device. So basically, this device is the new version of our Plug4. Let's say we had this Plug4 device in the past. Now we released the 5th generation device, which is advanced tracker if we compare to the Plug4. And what it's designed for? So it's of course designed for vehicle location as a default of telematics, but it's advanced because it can do some advanced tasks. It can read OBD data, CAN bus data, monitor driver behavior, detect crashes and reconstruct them, detect and send to your server DTC codes and many additional stuff. What is from advanced segment? It's not just simple basic tracker as it was in Plug4. So talking about the key values of the device, so easy installation and use. So of course, device is plug and play, so it's very easy to install. It has what I guess other competitors they don't have. So it has auto detection and auto configuration of the device. What does it mean? It means that you're just plugging the device to your vehicle, and it automatically configures itself for ignition detection, for CAN bus data reading. It detects correct pins where CAN bus data needs to be taken from, and it configures itself automatically. So basically, you don't need to every time if you're changing the vehicle or so, you don't need to reconfigure it every time. It just does it automatically. So very, very easy to use and saves a lot of time for you as a client or for your business. Of course, we have dedicated tools and special harnesses for it. So still, of course, we have device center and configuration assistant, and we have various harnesses. So let's say OBD2 extenders, if some vehicle has very specific place of OBD2 socket, or maybe you want to install it in heavy machinery, also to this 9-pin Dutch connector. Also, we have such harnesses. If we don't have a harness that you need, we can definitely just manufacture it without any issues. Next is excellent performance. So what Ruptela, we as a brand known for is, of course, our excellent performance and premium components that we're using. And one of the most important components, of course, is the GNSS modem. So, of course, we're still using the U-Blocks high-quality components, and overall, always keeping the performance on top. Versatility, so suitable for all types of vehicles. So it doesn't mean that it's only for light vehicles. As I mentioned, it can be connected to heavy vehicles as well and to read their CAN bus as well. It has Bluetooth for various accessories, so it means that it's kind of a plug-and-play tracker, but still you can connect various accessories to it. Not only Bluetooth, but actually for the future, it has a special connector. For now, it's reserved for the future, let's say for the future features, where you will be able to connect various additional accessories or develop additional features. For example, if you will need additional, let's say, digital inputs or digital outputs, or even to read tachograph data with this plug device, it will be possible in the future. Initial release doesn't have it. As I mentioned, we're going to check, case by case. If we will have good business case, good potential, we will develop it without any issues. And in this reserved connector, basically, it's just kind of your imagination what you can do. So very, very good in the future if you buy this device, so you can improve it in the future and do some corrections for your business. Of course, it's secure. So it has those, I would say, now default features for tracking devices. So of course, jamming detection, unplug detection, backup battery when it's unplugged, TLS standard security. So all those basic security features. Broad vehicle coverage. So we the only ones who has actually in Europe both OBD and CAN bus parameters supported in this device, and we cover more than 85% of European vehicles which are manufactured from 2010. In US market, we also have more than 80%. So none of the other competitors have this. Also, one of our strength points is full solution from one supplier. So we as a supplier can guarantee you that no matter what business you have and what use case you have, we're going to have device for you. So let's maybe not talk here only about plug, and you will see later some spoilers that Edgar mentioned. Basically, if you are selecting Ruptela, we can supply you with any device that you need for good price and for any use case. So it's also one of our strong points. Not going into too much details, maybe you can see them on the slide, but just main maybe specifications, technical specifications about the Plug5. So actually, at the moment, we already released the 4G LTE M1 connectivity version with 2G fallback. So future-proof, works with current. Some countries where still 2G is available, works as well with 4G connection. And also in the plans, we're actually now finishing development of Cat4 connectivity device, which will have Wi-Fi hotspot. It's maybe more focused for US market, but will work also globally. But that already still in development. Other features, as I mentioned, Bluetooth, CAN bus, FMS, both J standards, OBD to DTC reading, so suitable for both light and heavy vehicles. Internal backup battery, power supply range 9 to 30 volts. So again, both light vehicle systems, so 12-volt system, 24-volt system are supported. Internal GNSS antenna. We were thinking about option to adding external antenna, but actually as we're using Kublox GNSS, which is top of the class, so we did a lot of tests and we didn't face any issues with GNSS tracking quality just because of we're using this, premium GNSS. Wi-Fi hotspot, as I mentioned, will be available only in Cat4 version, so still in development. Wide range vehicle coverage, and also worth to mention that we're reading not only basic parameters of the CAN bus, but also advanced parameters, those called proprietary parameters from CAN bus. Advanced ignition detection algorithms. Also, I mentioned already that the plug configures itself and detects ignition itself. What does it mean? You plug it into the vehicle, it detects what vehicle is it, and it knows on which OBD pin is the ignition in the vehicle. So you don't need to configure or select pins or do it by GPS or other source. Just put it in and Plug5 will take care of it. Yeah, so these are maybe the main technical aspects. Application, of course, standard applications like real-time fleet monitoring, so just for you to track the vehicles, fleet efficiency optimization, driver behavior monitoring as standard in our devices. We have, of course, EcoDrive solution to monitor driver behavior, fuel monitoring, the moment via Bluetooth fuel level sensors or via CAN bus. In the future, as I mentioned, in case you would need, let's say, to connect fuel level sensor via serial input, there is such possibility to do it in the future, as we have that reserved connector for future features, like physical features. So yes, maintenance cost reduction, accident detection and reconstruction, fully available on Plug4, so very good for your insurance telematics or so to detect accidents and later reconstruct them. Stolen vehicle recovery and driver identification as well, now available via Bluetooth. In the future, we can, let's say, add one wire interface and to have it as a standard iButton, registration or so. Yes, now transforming fleet management for business to success. So a few things how Plug5 would help your business. So streamline the installation process. So no device reconfiguration is needed, just plug and play. So it means if you have fleet of different vehicles, you don't need to reconfigure device all the time. Every time you're installing it a different vehicle, just plug it out, plug it into the other vehicle, and what I mentioned already, device will configure itself for CAN bus data reading, ignition detection, and all those basic stuffs. Of course, if you want some very advanced features or some specific configuration, of course, you will still need to use the configurator. But for all those basic CAN bus reading and tracking, the device configures itself automatically. No more hassle when switching vehicles. So this is what I talked about. And it adapts automatically to new installations. From that comes simplified technical support. So it means less load on your support team in your business. It eliminates questions as how to configure device, how to install the devices. It's just plug and play. So yeah, Plug5 take care of it automatically for you, so you can save money here. And effortless configuration. So Plug5 detects vehicle identification numbers, recognizes vehicle name, parameters, and self-configures just depending on what vehicle you are connecting it to. Yeah, so now a word maybe to you, Simone.
Thank you very much, David, for the detailed explanation, for the technical details of the Plug5. Hello, everybody. It's really nice to see our partners following our webinar from all over the world. My name is Simone. I'm working here at Plug as a sales manager for the European market. So now maybe, David, let's see how the Plug5 can help our clients to deal with the challenges they might find in several industries of the telematic industry. For example, about the track and trace industry challenges. Normally, it might be that our customer finds some challenges with vehicle location data, driver identification, and driver behavior monitoring. How can we help them, David, with the Plug5?
Yeah, Simone, sure. Let's review those main challenges here. So, vehicle location and data. Of course, Plug5 device can show you the vehicle location, live location, where your vehicle is, and of course, it can send all the data from not only CAN bus or BD data, but also, let's say, data from accelerometer. So, maybe driver behavior monitoring data, which is the third challenge here. And Plug, it can handle those challenges. Driver identification as well via Bluetooth now, and driver behavior monitoring. So as I mentioned, standard EcoDrive solution fully fits here and can fight these challenges.
Great. So it looks like Plug5 can help our customer for this industry. About the logistic industry, it might be that our partners find some challenges with, for example, the fuel theft prevention, the cargo and driver safety and security, and on-time and cost-effective cargo delivery. Can we help them, David, with the Plug5?
Yes, of course, we can help. So fuel theft prevention is, I'm actually glad that it's getting, maybe glad from a human side, but not glad from business side, because more and less people are stealing fuel, but it's still happening a lot, especially if we talk about African or maybe Latin American markets. So it still happens a lot. So yes, your Plug5 device can read the fuel data from CAN bus, or you can install the FLS, the Bluetooth FLS, and it will definitely help you out to prevent fuel thefts. Cargo and driver safety and security. Again, with this external connector in the future, for example, you can install panic button with the Plug5. So as something is happening to your driver, you can just click the button and you're gonna react fast to it. Same with cargo. You want to make sure your cargo is safe and secure, so you can connect Bluetooth sensors like temperature sensors, humidity sensors. You can connect Bluetooth door sensors. So now all those wireless accessories that goes to make sure cargo safety and security, and of course on time and cost efficient cargo delivery. This is very, very important for logistics, and for Plug it will be not a big deal. Of course, logistics, most of it using heavy vehicles. So as I mentioned, we have special harnesses, so not a big deal to connect it to the heavy vehicle, and in the future even to read the tachograph data, what is important for European market, or ELD data, what's for US market important. So it's also very important, and Plug5 can definitely help you out with these challenges.
That's great to hear, David. Following for sure in telematic, the delivery industry is one of the most important. And our customer, from the feedback, they need always an on-time and secure delivery, a cargo and driver safety and security, and of course the driver identification. How can I help the Plug5 for in this feature?
Yeah, delivery industry is more and more, I guess, coming to our doorsteps. Check on yourself when you're ordering something from, I don't know, eBay, Amazon, or whatever. You always want to see where your cargo is everything is fine with it, is it not damaged, and so on. So on time and secure delivery, of course, as a delivery company, you always need to track where those shipments are and make sure they are secure. So Plug5 can help you with that. Again, with accessories, additional accessories, and just live location where you can see where your deliveries are. Cargo driver safety and security, basically similar to what I mentioned before. You can monitor both driver and your cargo safety. So making sure it's in correct temperature, making sure no accidents are happening and it's not being damaged. Also with Bluetooth, you can use Bluetooth beacons and even track specific cargoes, specific pallets, what are maybe in the warehouse already, which one's still on the way. And driver identification, of course, as a company, as a delivery company, you always need to know who is driving the delivery vehicle, because in case something happens, of course, you need to see who is responsible for it. So yes, Plug5 can help you out here.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Davidas. Another important industry in telematic is the public transport. Here, our customer are finding some challenges in order to, for example, to reduce the fuel consumption, about also real-time tracking and driver identification, and passenger and driver safety and security. How they can use the Plug5 in this situation, Davidas?
Also, I think very, very important industry. More and more, public transport is available. Let's look at our lives again. We're using, taxis more and more. We're using buses more and more big towns and cities. They're blocking basically, usage of your own vehicle in the city center, as an example. So yeah, we're gonna use that more and more, and the telematic can help you here a lot. So one of the main thing, if you talk, let's say, buses or taxis as an example, so of course is reduced fuel consumption. So while having our driver monitoring EcoDrive solution, while monitoring fuel level and just monitoring driver behavior overall, of course, Plug5 can help you out and can help you to train your drivers to drive carefully and not to waste fuel. Real-time tracking and driver identification. So of course, you always want to see where your, let's say, fleet of taxis are, or maybe at which bus stop the bus is coming at, and of course, who is driving it. So Plug5 is covering you here. And passengers are driving safety and security. Also, accident detection. In case something happens, you can get instant notifications and just react to it fast. You can get an accident reconstruction and see what's really happened, how the accident happened. And having passengers in mind, also you can use, for example, passenger registration in the future with RFID cards and so on. So it's also very wide transportation challenges, I would say, but Plug5 can handle it.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Another industry which is, of course, growing and increase very fast is the car leasing and renting. Normally, our customers are facing challenges with fleet safety and security, vehicle crash detection, and vehicle theft prevention. How can we help them, Davidas?
Yeah, so what I mentioned in previous slide, that we're using more and more, taxis and not our own vehicles. So as well, we're using more and more car sharing, for example, or car leasing. We're renting the vehicles, so we're using more and more rental vehicles. It means for the companies, for leasing and renting companies, they started to grow actually very fast within the past few years. So they're growing really fast, and the main aspects, as you mentioned, yes, main challenges are fleet safety and security. So vehicle crash detection and theft prevention. So the main things is, if you're renting or leasing a car, you want to know where is it safe and secure, are there any crashes detected, and of course you want to make sure that no one steals your vehicle. So all this is available on Plug5 with already, actually, I mentioned additional accessories, just basic tracking location and other features of the Plug5. So also, this device is small, so quite easy to hide. We have some extenders, OBD extenders, so basically no one will see that device is installed. So very, very good for this industry, I think, Plug5 is.
Thank you very much, David. I was happy to hear that the Plug5 can solve the problems to our customer in many telematic industry. Now I give the word to my colleague Edgaras.
Yes, so and configuration will reduce installation time and costs. One SKU for any type of vehicle. Whether it's a light vehicle or a heavy truck, the Plug5 is easy to store and can be used across your entire fleet. Bluetooth connectivity extends Plug5 capabilities with various accessories. With the Cat 4 version, the Plug5 even acts as a Wi-Fi hotspot, ensuring a dependable internet connection wherever your vehicle goes. Plug5 reads OBD2 and CAN data from at least 85% of vehicles manufactured in the past 5 years. Various use cases for all your business needs. Real-time monitoring of fleet efficiency optimization, driver behavior monitoring, fuel monitoring, maintenance cost reduction, driver, vehicle, and cargo safety and security. Powerful specifications for advanced fleet monitoring. LTE Cat M1 or LTE Cat 4 connectivity for reliable data transmission. 2 CAN interfaces for seamless integration with vehicle protocols. Built-in battery for unplugging detection. Internal GNSS antenna. Multi-tone buzzer and 4 LED indicators for instant notifications. Bluetooth 5.1 for various accessories. Plug5 proves to be the ultimate fleet management solution, serving as the optimal fleet manager booster across various industries: car dealership and leasing, transportation and logistics, insurance, public transportation. Full support, complete documentation, interactive guide, user-friendly platform. Ruptella's 24/5 support at support@ruptella.com is here to ease your day. Discover the transformative benefits of the Ruptella Plug5 and witness the remarkable changes it brings to your business. Ruptella, driving innovation in fleet management.
All right. So, and now I'd like to tell you about the spoiler, which I mentioned in the beginning of the video. So, please welcome small, reliable, with Bluetooth, future-proof 4G, 2G fallback, Eco5 device. So, David, please tell us more about it, about our newest development.
Yes, thank you, Edgar. Yes, I'm really excited about this new product, which we're launching at the moment, the Eco5. So a little bit about the device. It's a device from basic family segment. I would say similar maybe to Trace 5 that we are using now. Also 4G with 2G connectivity, Bluetooth as default in all devices. It is very small and compact. This is one of the biggest advantages. Very small and compact, has IP68 version available, which is also very small and compact. Why I'm mentioning this? Because we know that in the past, let's say, again, mentioning Trace 5 devices, our housings were quite big. They were quite big, but this Eco5 will be really small. So yes, it's basic device, basically for basic tracking needs, basic features like driver identification, driver behavior monitoring, and others. A few specifications about the device. So actually, we will have in total 4 versions of the device. So it will be 2-wire version. So in other aspects, it's battery-mounted version of the device. So you will be able to just mount it on top of the vehicle battery, connect just to plus and minus terminals, and you'll be able to use it straight out. 5-wire version, so it will be a cheap, very, very price competitive version of the device that will be small, easy to use, easy to install, and just for those basic features where you don't need, let's say, 1 wire maybe, or you don't need so much digital outputs or digital inputs and so on. So this 5-wire version will have 1 digital input, 1 configurable input, so either digital or analog, you can configure, select it on your own, and 1 digital output. So this 5-wire version, as I mentioned, will be very, very, very cost efficient version, very reliable. As you will see already, actually, we are sending samples to the client, first samples, and we're receiving very good feedback about the device, so we're happy about it. Then 12-wire version, of course, this version will be the most similar to what we have in Trace 5 now, of course, with improved housing, improved hardware design, good pricing, Bluetooth as default in all devices, and some other features what our Trace 5 currently lack. Also, one more version is high voltage version. So very important for electrical forklift, electric vehicles. We see electric motorbikes industry is rising quite a lot. So very important for that. So this high voltage version will work from 10 to 90 volts. Very important of this. And of course, power spikes will be even higher to 120 or 150 volts. So very, very good for electric vehicles and where all the high voltage is needed. Our main applications is motorcycle tracking because it's small, very small, and have power consumption, very low power consumption. Now, if you compare, our Trace 5 has about 4.2 milliamps in the deep sleep mode. This one, it will have less than 0.5. So basically, we will have more than 4 times improved power saving in this device. So very good for motorcycle tracking. Electric vehicle tracking, as I mentioned, is high voltage version. Some basic things, of course, as now we have real-time monitoring of fleets and cargo, fleet efficiency optimization, driver behavior as well via Bluetooth or with 12-wire version via one wire. It ensures driver and vehicle cargo safety and security. So all those cargo features like temperature sensors, door sensors, and all others, basic, who needs just the basics solutions will be available. Cargo conditions monitoring, yes. Accident detection and reconstruction also will be available in this basic device. Very good for stolen vehicle recovery as it's small. You can hide it very easily. So very good for this. And yeah, driver identification and just simple business and private trip selection. So more or less those basic use cases. What I maybe double mention again that we will have for now 2 versions. So one will be IP54 rated housing. It will go as our default. As we have now, and IP68 protected version will go as our higher IP rated version for now. But needs to mention that size stays quite similar. It will be very small and compact device. And all those standard Bluetooth and one-wire accessories that goes now with our basic devices will be also available. So yeah, contact your sales managers, ask for samples, and I guess you will be amazed about this device. Yeah, word to you, Edgar.
Okay, David, thank you for introducing to us Eco5. So, guys, before jumping to questions, I'd like to ask you follow us on social media, so you'll be aware about our newest releases and all news related to Ruptela. And speaking about pricing and delivery terms, conditions, everything else what is related to products, please contact our sales teams. Depends on your region. Either you have your own sales rep at Ruptela, or if you're a potential customer, feel free to contact European, Middle East, Asia, Africa, Latam, Brazil teams, or United States by writing an inquiry or a question to emails which are mentioned here. So yeah. Now, I saw there was some questions, so we can go one by one and we will answer it. So, okay, what do we have here? Farrell, yes, we can ship you a sample of your next order. We'll remind to your sales rep for sure. And next question is from Lorenzo. So if we will catch the device is able to read DTC fault codes, didn't it? Is it also visible this data inside TrustTrack 2? So David, can you tell us about it?
Yes, sure. Talking about DTC codes, yes, Plug5 can read them. About availability in TrustTrack 2, as I know, it's partly available. Lorenzo, we can double check this question. Just me, myself, or our technical support team, because as I know, it's partly available, but not fully.
All right. And question from Andre. Do you have plans to add all these auto-detect functionalities to other devices?
Yes, actually, our I would say even past few years, maybe strategy and focus was how to make our clients' life easier, how to save money for them. That's why this plug came already with all those auto-detect features and functionalities. So definitely we have the focus there for other devices. I cannot say that we will modify our current devices. Yes, maybe some of them we will modify and add more and more those easy-to-use features. But our strategy is there. We see a very big value there, and for future devices, is 100%. We will make them as much user-friendly and as much automatic as possible. We even thinking maybe in the future about some even AI integrations and stuff. So yes, we have those implants. We are making them, as user-friendly as possible. So depends case by case. If you really need it, maybe we can add some to our current devices. So let's check case by case.
All right, thank you. And David, does this work on forklifts, the Plug5?
On forklifts, it depends. It depends what forklifts are using, what voltage systems do they have, and depends on the connector. What connector did it have? Usually, as I know, forklifts, most of them using Dutch 9-pin connector. So we have harness for that, and depending on the voltage. As I know, most of the forklifts now getting quite popular electric forklifts with they have like 60 or 80 volt of working range. So for this, actually, maybe Eco5 would be better selection. But we need to check, depending on what forklift model are you using.
Understood. And David, driver ID by Billy E. Could you please explain for all of us how does it work?
Yes, it works simply. Actually, our current devices with Bluetooth already supports it. To have it standard installation, wired installation, you usually need to use the reader, let's say iButton reader or RFID card reader. You need to install the reader, put the wires to the tracking device, then have the physical iButton, and you're coming, registering, and so on. How it works via Bluetooth. You don't need to install any readers. You just install the device, in this case, Plug5. You just install it in the vehicle. And your driver, it has a small button. Small button, just you can put it size like this, really small button. You can put it on the key fob of keys of the vehicle, let's say. And driver enters the vehicle. And instead of taking physically card or iButton reader and register, it just clicks this Bluetooth button, and the device reads the ID of the button, and you register. And after that, you can, maybe ignition isn't blocked, or you can just stop beeping of the buzzer and other, depending on the configuration. But basically, it's wireless button for registration.
Yeah, question from Arno. So reads every brand, model, or year CAN bus automatically. Maybe I could just clarify shortly. So as David has mentioned, so we integrating vehicles from 2010, and on our FTP server doc.reptella.com, you can get familiar with whole list of our supported vehicles. And talking about automatical reading, it's the device reads VIN number, recognize what model and what vehicle it is, and configure itself. Imagine you unplugging it and installing to totally different vehicle. So device will recognize new VIN number, and accordingly, it will change automatically the configuration. Imagine you installed it to Volkswagen Transporter, for instance, and unplugged it and installed to, I don't know, Mercedes Vito or Toyota Prius, whatever. And it recognized the new VIN number and reconfigured itself. Yes, and one more question related about identification. So I'd like to know about driver identification. I assume David has covered it. And fuel management extras required for completion of system running. And please advise me if you provide platform for fuel management. If you do, please share with me costs for the platform.
Yeah, so for fuel management, as I mentioned, this can be done via CAN bus or OBD data reading, what Plug5 is capable of doing, or installing additional wireless fuel level sensor. So FLS, we have those supported, also wireless. As I mentioned, in the future, we have that connector. In the future, If you have a very good business case, we can integrate wired ones that you will be able also to connect, let's say, our standard Ruptela fuel level sensors or others. Regarding the platform, of course, it works with our TrustTrack 2 platform and other tracking platforms. Most of those have fuel management tabs. And regarding costs, so I guess Sedgar has mentioned to contact your sales manager, or if you're a new client, so contact with those previously mentioned emails, depending on your region.
Question from Rui. Does it support sunward canvas reading? So far as I remember, no, we don't. As I see, it's excavator. However, if it contains FMS or J1939 and the project will have reasonable amount, I do believe that our automotive team can work and either read the log or help you to read it remotely or download it remotely, and we could evaluate integrating it in our device. So, okay, Mohammed, can you please elaborate on tracking the Pallet with Plug5 as main device? So, unfortunately, Mohammed, not really, since for Pallets it's a bit different breed of trackers. We're focusing on automotive, and for Pallet, you need really something really small, and for a long life battery. However, Plug5, I doubt that it will I would say be suitable for such business model, and I doubt that it will be price efficient for pallet tracking. So we covered driver's ID. And yes, question from Arna. When your car goes in for service to the garage, they will take it out to read the car data and they won't plug it back. So how do we solve that, David?
Yeah, we have simple solution, the same as we have for our existing, let's say, HCV5 or HCV5 Lite devices. We have splitter harnesses for it. If you have a case where you need a concealed installation, in this case, if you want to make sure no one unplugs your device anytime, so we have specific splitter harnesses for this product that you will install it kind of in between the vehicle CAN bus, let's say, data and the physical socket itself. You'll install it in between, and no one can see your device installed. No one will plug it. Though the OBD socket works perfectly as it works as Y splitter, so it works perfectly. So basically, when you go to service, they will just connect and they will not even know that something is connected to your vehicle. So that works perfectly.
And David, so how long backup battery runs, and once again, how it recognizes the driver?
So driver recognition is what I already covered, just by recognizing via Bluetooth mostly now with this button. About the battery, backup battery, it fully depends on your configuration. The battery is not big, I can say, because the device is very compact, so we cannot fit very big battery into the device. So I would say on your standard configuration to send data, let's say every 60 seconds with engine on, it will last a few hours. If you're sending, let's say, once an hour, it will last maybe about 1 day or so. Not too much because it's compact device, but usually, it's unplugged detection. Then you just need to know that it's unplugged, track it for a while, and then, it's like this.
And David, you mentioned crash detection. So can you tell us how we can see it in TrustTrack 2 and also as well the theft prevention?
Yes, regarding crash detection, so actually, as I know, on TrustTrack 2, it's not supported at the moment. So what we have, the hardware is ready for it. I know some other tracking platforms, as let's say Violon. I know that they're supporting this feature of crash reconstruction. But other than that, we are sending data, and it's actually up for the client to select specific software to see it already on the front end and to analyze this data.
So, David, by saying the driver recognition, do you mean only the Bluetooth beacon or wireless RFID readers?
Basically, it works with any Bluetooth reader that supports the same standard. There is this Bluetooth standard, Bluetooth wireless standard, where you can use beacon you can use wireless, also a RFID reader, if it works in the same standard. So we need to check specific reader, and then we will let you know if it works with Plug5.
Okay, question from Samish. So can we use it to stop the ignition of the vehicle, especially for rental cars? So as far as I know, if you will use the wireless Bluetooth ignition blocking relay, yes, you can do it in combination with Plug5 device. And Abbe, so here we're jumping to Eco5, and we have a question about the good pricing of Eco5. So yes, as we mentioned already a few times, please contact either a sales rep or by writing email to Europe, Latin, Middle East, or US main emails. But I assure you, you will be surprised how competitive pricing will be. So next question. Are these devices available in 4G LTE or Cat 1 versions? I assume we're talking about Eco5.
So I will cover just both because I'm not sure is it about Plug. So regarding Plug5 device, so it's available only in Cat M1 version and Cat 4, as I mentioned in the presentation. Regarding Eco5 devices, those are available for both LTE Cat 1 and LTE Cat M1, both with 2G fallbacks.
Oh, David, is it possible to configure Plug5 device with Device Center?
Actually, at the moment, it is not possible. It's only possible with advanced configuration, but we're just a little bit behind of it, and that's why we will add it a bit in the future.
And what is the power voltage input for Eco5 12 wires and Eco5 high voltage version?
So standard devices 5 and 12 wire goes as standard 10 to 30 volts, and the extended voltage range goes 10 to 90 volts of power supply.
Can I connect iButton reader to Plug5 in the future?
Yes, as I mentioned, we have reserved this connector to have for the future needs. So we might add the one wire capabilities there. So in the future, you might be able to connect the iButton reader there.
And in regard of the actual bunch of fleet management product in the market, what can differentiate a product to others, cost, quality, features from marketing point of view? So yes, from perspective of quality, we declare 99.9 quality rate of our products, especially with clients who's working with us for a longer period of time. They know that we have really low RMA quantity, and we provide 2 years warranty for our products. And if you will Google also some forums or just I would say reviews of Ruptela, you'll definitely see that the quality, this is the thing which will be mentioned a lot. Also, as Ruptela, we provide high attention to our clients, and there's a bunch of manufacturers where you can buy a device, a black box, or sometimes a full solution. But in the end of the day, you should be paying attention to the whole service, the attention from sales rep, the attention from technical support, their response time. So, in combined, it is not only about hardware, it's also about the whole service which we provide for a really reliable price. David, Simona, maybe you would like to add something.
Yes, Edgar, thank you. For this edition, of course, we're focusing to have this, one supplier for any type of device that you need. So this is our main focus. So now what I heard from the clients, they like devices, some of them selecting, cheaper, more expensive. Some devices are feature specific, what maybe we have, some feature specific, maybe our competitors they have. But the main thing, what actually clients like and what they focus for is to have one supplier. It's much easier to handle the warehouse, much easier to handle the devices themselves because all devices are configuring the same. They are all from one provider, so works in the same way. So it's much easier for the client to have it. Also, I saw some other questions and concerns about CAN bus data. I just one thing that I forgot to mention about this coverage of the vehicle that I mentioned. In Europe, we're supporting from 2010 more than 85% of vehicles, and US more than 80%. Just in case you have some specific vehicle, let's say you have, like someone mentioned, excavator or something, and you have good project with it, not a problem. We have our automotive connectivity team. They can reverse engineer for you, and our devices now have feature to get remote logs. So you just connect the device, and if it's not reading CAN bus database, the device can gather the CAN bus logs, send it to our developers. Our developer will integrate it, and so on. If something is not working, it's normal practice for our developers to go visit the site physically and integrate your vehicle there. So just a word that I thought that I remembered.
Okay, and I see the last question. So will it be possible to recognize the weight in the vehicles with some other device?
Yeah, so with Eco5 and Plug5, no, it will not be possible. But with other advanced devices like HCV, we already have integration even with trailer EBS systems. So we read basic parameters of trailers. So it includes weight. So yes, with our advanced device like HCV5, you can read this data.
Okay, so thank you, everyone. That was all the questions. Oh, one more. How can you stop ignition using Plug5? So by using the Bluetooth remote ignition blocking relay, so it's an accessory. Yes, so thank you, everyone, for participating in this webinar. I hope you had a good time. Once again, don't forget to follow us on social media, and hopefully we'll see each other again soon on our next webinars. Thank you and goodbye.